Hello, everyone. Welcome to It's Sybil. I am Sybil Wilkes. It's the girls all here today. Aprylete, welcome back. How you doing?
What's up? I'm doing great. I'm doing good.
What's up with you? What you doing? Where you at? What's the word? What's the haps? What's the goings ons?
Dang. You know what? This whole week, I have been saying people have been in my business. So for you to
Oh,
ask all them questions, I'm just like, I don't know.
oh,
I,
okay. Excuse the ring.
Okay, so
Yolanda, how
wait,
are you?
no. Now I'm interested. What business do you have that we should be into?
We should be tipping around, not asking.
no, I heard that I don't share much, and my answer was it's on a need to know basis. So that kind of created a bit of uproar with a couple of folks in my life. And I'm like, is that something that I need to work on? Is it okay that it's on a need to know basis? So when you just ask all of those questions, it just, kind of threw me off.
Did I overwhelm you?
You did.
Okay. Let me start over. How you doing, Aprylete?
I'm doing great, Sybil. How are you? That's not enough for some people. Some people actually want more.
Aprylette, you know I love you, right?
Yeah.
Young people are so much work. Good night. It's just a question.
Man.
Just answer the question.
All right. I will work on that.
Why internalize? No, let's discuss this. Young people take so much so seriously. It's just how you doing. What's the haps? What's going on?
What's the word? What's the goings on?
No, some people want more. They want to dig deep. And I don't think that every conversation requires a deep answer. Sometimes it's just like, I'm doing fine. I'm doing well.
So, Aprylette, what's the secret of your life?
Yogi, how are you? What's up, girl?
Yolanda, how are you? What's the word? What's the haps? What's the goings on?
Great. Everything is wonderful. It's good to be alive.
Everything is wonderful.
Yeah.
And Yolanda is very busy with young people. Can we talk about the program you're involved in with your niece?
Yes, we can. So my niece is involved in a program that I'm excited to be a part of, possibly, maybe, kind of, sort of. Mm-hmm. It is the Sister Cities program, and it's a program where different cities around the world connect to inform and to expose children from different cultures to different cultures. And so this summer, my niece is involved in the one here in Fort Worth, where they have students from 3 different countries: Japan, Africa, and Italy.
Well, Africa is a continent. So is there a specific country in Africa?
Oh, Swaziland. Yeah.
Formally.
Eswatini, Japan, and Italy, somewhere in Italy.
Okay.
And so these students, so there I think it's like 24 students that came over, and they are all housed at the TCU campus.
Oh, wow.
And so it's for 2 weeks. They are going to be the children from around the world are going to be really, really.
It's young women, or is it
men? No, it's young women and men that are going to be immersed in the Texas culture. And it's really, really cool. My niece, so the first week she was there, she came home for the weekend. So it is overnight. So she came, and I can see a growth within her in just 1 week. And so it's just amazing what exposure will do. Mm-hmm. Just to be exposed. So she is looking to go to Japan next year.
Awesome.
And so, Sybil, what's funny about that is my nephew and my brother and my family, my cousin, them, just don't get it, Aprylette. They don't get it. They don't get how you could allow your child to go to another country and live with a family and experience their culture without, their parents. So you go and you live with them.
Mm-hmm. They don't get it because they weren't exposed, right? And this is what this is doing.
But that's not what I said.
What words of love did you use with them?
Everybody gets to live their life the way they want to live their lives.
Okay. Okay.
Yeah.
That's
And not everything is for everybody. That is really what I told my nephew. If that doesn't work for you, then don't you do it, and don't do it with your children.
And that's okay.
Yep.
yeah.
Yep. But Sybil had an opportunity to experience something like this.
Yeah, it wasn't it wasn't an exchange program in that sense of the word. But I did when I was a teenager. I think it was like between my sophomore and junior years. Went and lived with a family in France, in
Oh,
Vichy,
wow.
France, for a summer, and that was great fun. It improved my ability to speak French, which I had done for years, but a more conversational and to live with a family that.
How old were you?
So I think I was 15. If it was between my sophomore and junior years, I think I was 14, almost 15.
And how long did you live with them?
For the summer, so it was about 6 weeks.
Wow.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, and it was great fun. Looking back on it now, it was great fun. It was really interesting. They had never had a direct in their house, Black person living in their house,
Mm-hmm.
and so
Right.
this is, I mean, it just shows you how people are, because the little boy, it was 3 generations of family. The mother and father, they owned a butcher shop, and I lived above the butcher shop with them. Their son and daughter-in-law, and they had a child named Richard. And so Richard and I, as I did with kids, got along very well. We had a lot of fun. And then one day he just up and kept looking at me, and it was really kind of strange. And so we would usually just kind of tussle and play at breakfast and stuff. And he got off of his high chair, and he jumped down. He went and got a dish towel and stood up on the bench and wet it, and came back to me and started rubbing my skin and said, "Vous êtes sale, vous êtes sale." And I laughed because it was French for "you're dirty." And his family was so embarrassed.
They should have been.
They were, and they were trying to tell me he's got friends who are Black. We don't
No,
understand, some of his best friends are Black. One of those things. And I just thought it was very funny.
Oh, wow.
That he just, after 2 weeks, I guess, he noticed
Realized
I needed to take a bath. And so he was kept rubbing. They were trying to explain to him that I was like his friend, and he's like, well, and he was so perplexed. They were so embarrassed. He was about 3.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. Yeah. So that was the kind of experience that I had. It was really, they were great people, and they really and they also wanted to make me feel at home. And so one night they were having a big meal, because it was a butcher shop. We had a lot of their preparations at the butcher shop, and they gave me chitlins. It was, I never had chitlins before in my life.
That's hilarious.
And that night, and the girl that I was roommates,
they wanted to make you feel like you was at home.
Yes, and not the same night that Richard told me that I was dirty.
That's a great story.
But my roommate, who was from like Nebraska or something, and she's like, "What do we do with this?" And so we just got to figure out a way to kind of put it in our napkins and then empty it in the trash.
Wow.
Because I'd never had chitlins before.
Did it smell?
Mm-hmm. And she said, "What is that?" And I said, "I don't think you don't want to know." And so it was awful. It was absolutely awful.
Well,
So
to that point, we were planning on hosting some students at our house. It didn't work out, but we were planning on hosting some students. And the one thing that they were clear to tell us is, don't try to duplicate their culture.
Mm-hmm.
So have them, because it is an immersion, they need to do whatever it is that you're doing.
Yeah,
if they're from Italy, don't cook them Italian food or what have you.
But they should have some good Chicago deep dish pizza.
Okay. So we could take them to Chicago to have some.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah. Well, that's one way of doing it.
Let Auntie Sybil take them and show them around.
Well, funny that Auntie Sybil would mention that, because next week we will have an opportunity, although we did not host the students, we will have an opportunity to go pick up two of the young ladies from East
Eswatini. What
Eswatini.
can I don't want to embarrass the child, but why did they change the name from
Well, I don't think
Swaziland?
she had anything to do with it.
Okay, but would she
Okay.
know? Would she know the history?
Right.
Because I looked it up and I was like, why did they change the name? Because we're going
Right.
Swaziland. It's not Swaziland. It's Eswatini. It's not Swaziland. It's Eswatini.
Mhm.
So what? And do you know what I found out?
What?
They felt that people were confusing Swaziland with Switzerland. Who the heck
Ooh.
would confuse
That's
Switzerland
funny. How
with-
long was Swaziland?
for like a gazillion years?
Oh wow.
Sybil, have we been to we went to Swaziland,
I've
right?
never been to Swaziland.
Isn't Swaziland right by Zimbabwe
Yeah, I'm not sure, but it
and
might be.
Botswana?
It might be.
I think we went to Swaziland.
I don't remember going to Swaziland because I surely would have asked them, is this
Swaziland.
Switzerland? Where's the chocolate? Where are the clocks?
You silly girl. Well, when you meet the young ladies next week, hopefully you can ask them, and hopefully you can find something that is native to our country, to our state, to our city that we could expose them to.
I would love that. I would absolutely love that. I was hoping to take them to a WNBA game, but they are not in town. I don't think. I'll check because I think the dates were different when we talked about it before.
Right.
Or to I would love to take them to a Texas Rangers baseball game. That's very American baseball.
Girl, in this heat?
But you know, it's air
covered.
conditioned. It's
it's
the
covered.
new one.
Oh, it's covered.
Yeah.
Yeah. See? And Gucci wants to go.
Gucci. Oh, somebody's passing by.
Gucci's is protecting you guys.
Okay, all right,
Yeah.
somebody's passing by. She did this.
She's giving Gucci the quiet sign with her finger.
Now, if he look over his shoulder and do like this, I'm
He's
done.
like, I got this, Ma.
He definitely didn't though.
People and their dogs are so funny to me. I got
Really,
this, Ma.
really, really.
All right, so let's talk a little bit, and we'll come back and talk about this because I'm very excited about these young women coming and being a part of your family. Aprylete, have you ever done a visit with in a foreign country? She's frozen.
Oh,
Okay.
man, she froze.
I'm in my back. Okay, sorry.
Have you ever stayed with a family in a foreign country?
I have not, but if I had the opportunity to do like study abroad, I definitely would have took like, you know, that chance. But my nephew, actually, he's doing that next year, his junior year. So that's going to be exciting. I'm not exactly for sure where he's going to choose, but he has the opportunity. So my sister.
And he can choose.
Mm-hmm,
Oh, that's
Wow.
awesome.
He goes to this really nice Catholic school in St. Louis, and like they're like top of the line. And actually, some kids like they stay there. I guess it would be called a boarding school, but it's not a boarding school. So people fly in and they actually stay on campus in high school. So he goes to that school, and so they're able to go ahead and like travel abroad in high school and things like that. So
I'm so excited for him.
So
now getting his passport.
He has his passport already.
Okay,
So he
all
went.
right.
He did go on a trip to Puerto Rico. I don't know if you need your passport for Puerto Rico. I'm not really that good with geography, but they did take a trip to Puerto Rico and things like that for his sophomore year, and then so junior year they get a chance to study abroad.
Oh, that's so wonderful.
Mm-hmm.
So
I'm
simple. I God, I forgot what I was gonna say, but this show was good.
Was it about Aprylete's nephew or your nephew or anybody else?
No, it was about me.
Okay.
No, listen. Listen, you
course
asked Aprylete, has she ever done that? And I was thinking, I mean, of course, I know that I have not, but I have been really wanting to be a part of this program for years. I know one of the ladies who is a part of it, and for years, I just thought it was really neat to shepherd some young people around the world to expose them. But the one thing I didn't, now that I'm a part of it, and it looks like hopefully I'm going to be on the board, the one part that I'm not sure about, Aprylete, is you got to stay with the people.
Stay with the families.
And I'm real funny acting.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Can I go and pay for
Look.
my own hotel room?
Yeah.
Like, do I got to stay with them?
Yeah.
Well, our French teacher, I believe that they stayed at a local university or something like that. I don't think that they stayed with a family. I don't remember them staying with a family.
Yeah, because
With the
the
students.
people who came from the different countries are staying with people. I just don't know that I could. I don't know that I could stay with somebody here.
Let alone
in another country.
right. And East Swatini. But if you think of it as Switzerland, then maybe you'll be okay.
But
I'm gonna have to rethink this now that
Yeah.
I just thought of, like, I have to stay with them.
Yeah.
Ooh,
she's, I don't know about that.
Okay.
girl. I'm funny acting about where I'm funny acting about what hotel I stay in, Aprylete.
I'm sure. I'm sure.
Me too. And I'm more funny acting than she is.
Yes,
so
she
just
is.
imagine.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah. All right.
We stayed at a hotel one time, Aprylete. It was we were going to the Grand Canyon. And it was, I swear it was straight out of Psycho. And I spent
Bates Motel.
Yeah, I spent the better part of that night just standing in the middle of the room.
The whole night. Girl, Aprylete, I finally gave up the ghost and I just said, I'm not casting. I did all of that. I went to sleep.
Did you sleep in your clothes though? Like you slept in
I slept in the clothes. Yeah, but so I say that now. I'm saying this. I can go sleep anywhere.
That's true. That's true. I can't. I can't.
You know what? I had a bad experience. I was traveling for work at a sketch hotel and clearly slept in the clothes, slept on top of everything. And I took one of the towels and I just kind of like laid it down. And I just was like, ooh, I was just like this. I'm like, Jesus, I cannot wait till the morning.
It was like, be a fence. Yes.
Yeah, literally. Shoes still on.
Okay, so last week we traveled. Sybil, I know we don't have time for this, but I got to tell this. Last week we traveled. We made it on Tuesday. We made it to the hotel. And
early.
It was a 4-star hotel. So we got in and I have a lot of needs, Aprylete. So the first thing I always ask for is extra blankets. And so I asked for the blankets and I laid down. And so I took a nap. So when I woke up, I looked down and on the cover, it was a roach.
What you do?
So I flicked it off and I said, hold on for a second. I might need some evidence. So I went around and I looked for it and I found it. It had crawled up on the bed. So I have pictures of it. My best friend in the whole wide world, my soulmate, wouldn't even look at it. She's like, I was like, girl.
Ooh. And did y'all stay in that room or did you get?
So here's the deal.
So yeah,
they did move me to a different room, but at that point, I wasn't as grossed out,
girl,
as I thought.
No, move me to a room and then take that charge off my hotel.
It's the same hotel,
baby. I had a dream. I had a dream that a spider kissed me. This was like when I was younger. I'm a dreamer.
Kiss of the Spider Woman kind of dream?
Yeah, like a real spider. Like a spider kissed me in my dream. I woke up and it was a spider on me. I promise you, the next month or a half, asked my mother, I slept with the lights on. We got a new mattress. Like I was not playing. I was that definitely afraid. So that roach, I would have been in a whole nother room.
So they moved
did
her.
move me. But actually, the other bed was better because I like really soft beds, and a lot of beds in hotels are firm, and I don't like firm beds. And so they moved me to a bed that was firm. It was a whole lot happening. I was like, I really should.
So you wanted to be laying next to the roach.
I should have kept the roach. I mean, but here's the deal. My first thing is I didn't want to kill it because the yogi in me, I don't kill anything. Everything is.
I will kill it in a second. I don't have a problem. I don't know what the universe is telling me, but the universe, somebody's telling me kill that bug.
Yeah. The roach would have been on the bottom of my flip flop.
Okay. And I would have been standing on one foot as I took that flip flop off and killing the roach and then putting it back on.
Yeah.
But here's
Or taking it to the front desk.
no.
Dropping it right there on the. What we gonna do about this?
But
Right.
here's the deal. It was a roach. It wasn't a bullet. It wasn't gonna kill me.
It might have kissed you.
All right, so let's move to the newsletter, because I think what Aprylete is giving us a really important story, especially as we talk about what's going on in the world. The What You Need to Know newsletter is absolutely free. We'd love to have you subscribe. Please go to sybilwilkes.com and give us your name and your email address, and we will have it in your email box every Monday through Friday morning. And please open it when you get it, first thing in the morning or at some point during that day. Please open it and read the wonderful stories that our young people especially have labored over. And Aprylete, you talk about in your mental health and wellness column, talk about the connection between the heat that we're experiencing this in this climate change, and how it affects mental health.
Yes. So doctors and researchers, they're saying that mental health disorders worsen during heat waves, including mood, anxiety, and psychiatric disorders. A family physician by the name of Dr. Beth said that temperatures above 70 degrees can lead to reduced feelings of joy, happiness, and increased feelings of stress and anger. She also said that the fatigue temperatures that reach above 90 and 100 degrees that we're feeling here in Texas, that impact on the mental health worsens. And so people with pre-existing mental health conditions, they are particularly vulnerable during the extreme heat. And according to the American Psychiatric Association, they say that patients with serious or persistent mental illness, they may be at increased risk for certain medications. Like their risk is increased because of certain medications. So during my research, I seen that, for example, if you're taking antidepressants, it's harder for the body to regulate your temperatures. So that makes patients more vulnerable to heat stroke and other heat related problems.
Wow.
And also, during my research, I found that people that are taking lithium or any other type of psychosis medication, that increases the toxicity. And then the dehydration raises the blood lithium levels. And so that can cause a lot of problems. Mm-hmm.
Wow. So wow, I didn't think about that. Now, I didn't think about the drug levels and dehydration affecting the effect on your body. Is it the same in the cold weather, or are we just talking about just the heat right now?
So we're just talking about the heat. But I will say that I also read that the heat affects the biochemistry, which alters the production of the serotonin and levels. So I'm sure with the extreme cold, with the serotonin levels and things like that, that could, also be a problem as well. But with that heat, it's really, really affects them. And then, so if we take away mental illness and just talk about mental health with the stress and the anger and the frustration and being, just in a state of just frustrationness because it's so hot, right?
Yeah.
So that causes challenges and could be, a lot of issues.
So the other part of it is because of in the wintertime, not having the long days of sunlight, we're affected by that. That affects our serotonin levels, right?
Yep, it's lower.
Yeah. And so, you deal with that and you have to make adjustments. And now the heat thing, and I bet it's really knocking a lot of people, their whole circuits off.
I can see that, because even people without mental disorders, or I guess some might say we all suffer from some form of mental disorder. But for people who aren't on any medication, we are more aggravated and anxious when it's hotter. Our mood and attitude changes with the heat. So I can see how that would be exacerbated for someone who's actually, don't have that chemical that
Mm-hmm.
they normally produce.
Right.
Wow.
Right. That's that. Oh, wow. Thank
Yeah.
you for bringing it. Ooh, I'm just wondering.
Oh, one thing I wanted to bring up too, also, experts were saying that people they pointed out like trouble sleeping, and so a lot of people kind of suffer from maybe insomnia and things like that, but they were saying that the body and the ability to cool during the hot days and nights can cause further issues as well. So that's something to think about too, with like if you notice any patterns and your sleeping is a little bit different with the heat and things like that, that's something to think about as well.
Well, I'm one of those. I don't mind. I have a good air conditioner for a reason, and
Mm-hmm.
and make sure my fans are working. I don't mind turning the air down because I do like the air cooler, and I like the air movement. So
Mm-hmm.
the fans give me the movement. The air conditioner, I don't mind putting down to 68, 70 degrees.
Yeah,
And,
me too.
and I love to have a good comforter over me, and I sleep better. Now, what I'm wanting is somebody to be able to go and turn the thermostat up when I wake up in the morning. So
That part, because baby, be chilly, cold, feet frozen. Yeah,
right,
it is not fun when you wake up.
right, exactly. So that's my next search is to somebody just, oh baby, please go turn that up for me so that I don't have to put my
I
cold
think you
feet
can.
on them.
I think you can add that to the order and get that.
Okay.
There you go. Put that on the list. Non-negotiable though.
Right. But if people find that they are experiencing something out of the ordinary, who may be going through some mental stress, this is a great article to consider and to read and to pass on to other people if you see
Absolutely.
it as well. I thought this was a great idea. Thank you so much for
Very
sharing that.
timely. Thank you.
Yeah,
Yeah, no
exactly.
problem. Because it's been hot. It's been
Oh
hot.
my.
So, are there
And
suggestions on what we should do?
Well, okay, so in the article, experts are also saying for the suggestions, here's some good news, right? Of course, staying out the heat as much as possible and
Mhm.
taking frequent breaks,
Right.
and staying hydrated. And another thing, doing my research, I found that the heat can suppress some of the thyroid hormones. So I'm not exactly for sure what exactly that means, but I know I've heard of some people being on thyroid medicine and things like that, right? So I'm sure talking to your physician, talking to your doctor about that, if you notice some different things in impairment or just feeling lethargic or depressed,
yeah, all of those things I think will have an
physicians.
effect. Yeah.
Wow.
Oh,
I
am I
know that
frozen again?
I used to, when I was a kid, one of the things that I learned that I could get in more trouble in the summertime because my mother hated to sweat. And so, and giving me a whipping would, she wouldn't want to work up a sweat. And so she would tell my daddy to do it. And that wasn't his thing. So I could get away with a lot more because it was hot.
So you would get in more. You would do more devilment in the summertime than
Yeah. That's my time.
That's funny, Sybil.
That was my time.
Very funny.
One of the other things that this story really, really affected me, and I don't know why it did when I first heard it. And then last night, Aprylete, I'm talking about the story that I did for the newsletter, and it really affected me when I first heard it. And then last night I called Yolanda when I got more information about it, and it's about the young soldier in South Korea. Was serving his time in the U.S. Army in South Korea. He got into some trouble. He was for assault of a person as well as of a police vehicle, perhaps.
Oh, wow.
And they put him in a South Korean prison. He was there for about a month and a half or thereabouts. He was released. He did his time outside of the prison. And then they were sending him back to his home base, which is Fort Bliss, Texas. They were taking him through the steps, custom steps, and then he was released from the U.S. military police care. He did not get on that plane. What he did was he found a group that was going to tour the DMZ, the demilitarized zone. And that is the area between South Korea and North Korea. Right, they are separated by this DMZ, and it's a tourist attraction. I don't understand why people are so excited to be standing in South Korea going nah, 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 to the North Koreans. I don't get that as an attraction, but anyway, so that's what they do. They have a gift shop and all of this stuff. They said this kid was dressed in civilian clothes. He bought a hat at the gift shop and he was just kind of standing. And then all of a sudden, one of the people on the tour said he just gunned it. And he ran from South Korea across the border to North Korea.
That's a no-no.
Yes, ma'am. It is a big no-no. And now it's an international incident.
What was the reason? He was joking?
No, that's what this one lady said. Well, I thought maybe it was like a TikTok thing or something. Yeah. But he got there. She said the soldiers there tried running after him. She said he was so fast and he was dedicated to making his way across the border to North Korea. North Korea is it's like being in the Siberia of Eastern cultures. You know, it's from all understanding, it's worse than Russia in many respects, and it's one of the worst places you can ever find yourself, especially if you are not a friend of the North Korean dictator Kim Jong-un. Yeah. So we don't know what was in his head, but there are reports that he had some not a mental breakdown, but he had some incidences where he was not dealing with reality very well. And his mother lives in Racine, Wisconsin. And she said, I don't know why my boy did that. I just want him to come home. A young Black man, 23 years old, been in the military since 2021. And instead of getting on that plane, he just chose, to make a hard left and then ran for North Korea. And so now, as I said, he's an international incident. The State Department, the Secretary of Defense, Austin is in on it. The White House is. And so now the United States doesn't even have a diplomatic relationship with North Korea. Right?
So is he in prison right now? Or?
We don't know. Nobody knows where he is. They have only told the United States, they have acknowledged that, yes, he ran into our country. We have him, and that's it.
Wow.
Oh, they said they have him? They admitted to having him?
Yeah.
In custody?
They did not say whether he's living at the palace with Kim Jong-un. They didn't say if he's living in a cell block. Nothing. They just acknowledged that he's there.
Wow, that's so interesting.
And they have no history upon which they can build to have some sort of engagement, because they have other Americans held against their will in this country. And this is a kid who ran into North Korea. So, I was like, well, hopefully Dennis Rodman will wake up and say, I've got to go. Kim Jong-un is a friend of mine. I'm going to go get this young man, Private Travis King, out and bring him home. Or
so what if he wants to be there?
Well, if that's the case, then, sure, fine.
That was my thought. Like, what if there was like a star-crossed lover or something?
Right.
I thought about that too, Aprylete. Like maybe, he fell in love with a girl in North Korean who was in South Korea when he was serving his time, and he figured this was the way to be with her. I thought about that because young love is powerful, but we don't have any evidence.
Hold on, sidebar. Old love, not powerful.
Not as much. Because first of all, you're not going to run as fast. And somebody's going to say, Annie, you really want to do this? And if you got a good girlfriend, it's like, it's really not worth it. I don't care how good it was.
But I love him.
I know. And it was good when you were free. But when you're in captivity, not so much.
Can't do nothing with it.
Okay, because eyes are, But wow. I just felt so sorry for his mom, and she's saying, that's just not my son. I just don't know why he did this.
A lot of mothers say that. Oh, that's not my baby.
That's what I thought, Aprylete. When Sybil told me that last night, I was really trying not to be insensitive, but I was like, she would say as opposed to what?
Right.
He ain't.
Because, well, we didn't talk to Junebug and him. We don't know, how he acts on the corners of
Exactly.
Racine, Wisconsin, or or when he goes to Nana's house down in Mississippi or whatever, or the fellas on the base at Fort Bliss.
Yeah, I'm surprised that I'm sorry. I'm surprised that during maybe the investigation or something they didn't bring up old tweets or
Not yet, not
okay.
yet. But they probably will, Aprylete,
Yeah,
quite
kind of
honestly.
dig through his IP addresses and things like that. Like, what's been going on with this brother?
Aprylete, that's what I was saying. Because when Sybil told me this last night, when I was in the line at Whataburger for 45 minutes to get a banana pudding shake that they were
That they
out.
didn't have.
I thought about it for the remainder of the night. And this morning, I finally had to release myself because I said it to her last night, but then I had to tell myself this. I don't have enough information to really comment about it or to have any type of emotions to assign to it. I just need to know more because like you said, what if he had a lover there, or what if he was just being obstinate? I mean, I just don't have enough information to really be informed to even have a conversation. I don't know. We don't
know. We just don't know.
It's just interesting, like interesting.
It really is. And when I saw his name, I was like, this could be a young Black kid.
What's his name?
Travis King.
Travis King. Okay.
And so when we were talking
about part of the story that don't make sense is if the military was taking him through customs is at the airport.
Right.
So if he's at the airport, they give tours at the airport.
No, apparently once they're like, okay, you're good. You're going through customs, and then you go to your gate
at the airport.
Right.
Okay.
And he just kind of, the way they explained it, he just kind of made a turn and said, I'm not getting on that plane, wow. And decided to follow this group to get outside.
And so, where was the group? And how do they know that that's where he ended up?
I don't have the exact.
Okay. All right, see, it's too much.
I don't have the exact baggage carousel where they were meeting, and the person with the little sign saying DMZ tour, follow me. I don't have all of that. These are really great questions. I don't know if there's a girl involved. I thought about that. I didn't put that in the article, but to me, it just seems that there's something missing. There are a lot of parts of the story that are missing.
A lot.
But also he just seemed a little troubled.
Yeah.
Because if he's been in prison
or immature.
But I hope that the United States will do all they can to, and there will be people who say, look, this is of his own making.
Do you think the United States will?
Well, I think the United States will, because the president is running for re-election and he needs Black people to vote for him. But that's the real. But the other part of it is that there are a lot of people who, thought that, well, they left these other people in Russia and brought Brittany home. Leave him. Leave him. We don't care. He can't play baseball.
Let's get some more information before we.
Yeah, for sure. But I do want them to help him. I absolutely do, and I hope that he gets back home, and that maybe his mama needs to wear his butt out once he gets home. I don't know, and hug him to death. I don't know what that looks like. I don't know what the situation is, but I do say that it is time for us to move on. So I want to talk about what's really going on, and this is a little television related. And Aprylete, I'm not sure how much of a television watcher you are.
Not as much as Yogi, so.
Well, nobody is. Nobody is.
There's a lot of TV out there to be watched. Sybil, you muted yourself.
I'm not as much of a TV watcher as she is either, but I do want to ask you, because Essence Magazine had a great article about all of the TV shows that did not receive any Emmy nominations, Black TV shows. And so, and what caught my eye was the very first one that they they mentioned, and I've never seen the show, and I know Yolanda has seen it since episode 1, and that is Snowfall.
Oh, Snowfall. Good old Snowfall.
Is that good old Snowfall? Like, you're familiar with Snowfall?
I'm familiar with it. However, after the second season, I did not watch it, but I had the opportunity to interview John Singleton and Dempson and all of the stars when it first came out. So that was like such a highlight of one of my little career highlights, right? Nice. But yeah, after the second season, I kind of fell off because I'm not a really big TV watcher at all.
So tell me your thoughts about that show, Yolanda, and then Aprylete, you from an interviewer's perspective. Yolanda is a TV watcher.
So I thought I would have to say one of my all-time favorite series is The Wire, which brought us the very, 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 very beautiful Stringer Bell, Idris Elba. But I would put this on the level of The Wire. 10 years from now, 15, 20 years from now, this is going to be just as good as it has been these past seasons. It felt very real to me. I don't know anything about the drug culture, nothing about it. But I felt like I was very, 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 talk about being immersed in other cultures. I felt like I was there with them. I was very, very involved. I thought it was very well done. When John Singleton passed away, Walter Mosley really stepped in and added some of his greatness, genius to the show. I don't think they ever really fell off the rails. Is that what it's called? I thought that it was very, very compelling TV. Regarding the Emmys, I know I probably stand along with them, stand along on this. So why do we care? Why do we even have a conversation about them accepting what we love? Because Black people love Snowfall. And so they don't get.
No, that is true.
Now, I do understand that goes to them getting more jobs and all of that. I mean, I'm not an actress, so I don't know how all of that works. But I don't care if they acknowledge us or not. It was brilliant. And I would put that show up against any show that's on TV, including sitcom. It was so good, Aprylete. You could just eat it up.
Yeah,
it was good.
So when it comes to, we don't have to go there, but when it comes to like drug related TV shows, would you put that like up against like The Powers and The Ghost and all of those? Have you saw those TV shows?
No. Yes, of course.
Okay,
not of course, but yes, I have.
Okay, but it doesn't hold a candle
because Power and those shows. It seems like that those are actors that are playing that role. These people, Aprylete. These people, they were not actors. These people live that life. It was crazy. It wasn't them, trying to be sexy, trying to get that great back scene while they having sex.
Yeah.
This was so gritty.
Raw and dirty.
It was raw. It was as if they pulled up on the south side of whatever city and rolled camera.
Wow.
It was like that. It was kind of scary that this life really exists. I mean, you hear about it, but unlike any other show that I've seen before, except The Wire, it's like these people were really living this.
Did you watch The Wire, Aprylete?
You know what? I did not. I was a little young, bits and pieces.
It's not too late.
And it's not, because they're actually streaming it on all, pretty much almost all the streaming service outside of Disney Plus. But yeah.
So tell me about the interview that you did. Interviews.
Oh, it was so amazing. So it was the first season. So, right, they made their whole tour run and everything like that. So it was a panel discussion. And so I'm trying to think, like, goodness gracious, like what was a nugget that I got out of it?
That little boy was fine.
Do y'all want to see the pictures?
Was he fine back? Because this was in the beginning. Was he fine back then?
He was still fine. He didn't have like that swag yet, but he was still
okay. Because he grew into that. Even on the show, he grew into that.
I think it was just good to see everybody so excited about what this could be. And so now, what are they on the 6th season?
The 5.
Season 5.
It's
So
over.
no,
It's
Yeah,
over.
it's done.
they
It's
pulled the
done.
plug.
This
Yeah.
is it. This was the last season.
Oh, interesting. Well, so now to know that they had 5 seasons, from seeing it from the beginning and just the unknowing, right?
Yeah.
That part, I guess, was like the most inspiring part. And then, of course, the late John Singleton, and that was a good nugget. And I got a picture of him too, and a nice little nugget.
Congratulations to you. Good for you. Sybil, did you ever watch it?
No, I never. I don't know, but it got to a point where I was like, well, I'll do, what I do with them. I kind of wait for them to end, and then I can binge, and I can, instead of going, oh, I can't wait for the next season. I can't, I just, just be able to watch and watch.
That's how I am about Average Joe. I hate that I started watching it with Dion Cole, who's very, very good. Average Joe, check it out. It's on Netflix.
Okay.
Netflix? No, it's on BET.
BET Plus. Okay, Average Joe. I need
Average
some
Joe with Dion Cole. It's really, really, he's really good. It's no snowfall.
But is it drug related?
No, it's not. And it's not. See again, it's just hard to compare because Snowfall seemed like it was just real life. This is a situational drama about and I'm not giving it away by telling this, about one of the characters' dad died and left something, and they were involved with the Russian mafia. Right. It's way over the top, but it's funny, but it's drama. It's really it's good. It's entertaining.
Oh, good. I could use some entertaining Dion, because I was gonna tell Damon, who was a friend of Dion's, don't ever do $100,000 pyramid again, because it was.
Okay, I'm gonna have to catch it on Hulu. Okay.
Yeah. It's just,
Sybil, you did something, and we lost your sound. Okay, so this is what I'm gonna do, sweetheart. I don't know what you did, but when you hit yourself, you knocked yourself out, and so. Oh, okay. Okay, nope. So totally unplug it and just and see if you can talk just through your computer and hear us through your computer.
How about now? Can you hear me now? Okay,
that's fine.
You can hear me?
Yes, we can hear you. Can you hear us?
Yeah.
Okay, so Chica who?
I bet you she's watching now.
I love you, my chica.
Anybody watching Bel Air? This is Fresh Prince.
Are you serious? Wait, really?
Yeah. I really enjoyed it.
I ain't even seen it.
No?
I'm not even interested.
Really? You're not interested?
Not watch anything.
But did you watch Fresh Prince?
Yeah. I liked it. I even watched the reruns.
So what makes you not interested in Bel Air?
I've seen a couple of episodes on the plane. That's on one of the American Airlines, and it's just corny. It just doesn't.
It's silly to you.
It's corny, and I like silly.
Yeah, I don't think it's silly so much. It might be a little corny, and I'm okay with corny.
Yeah. Okay.
All American. Do you ever watch that?
Yes.
The CW. I enjoy that. Yeah. What about you, April?
Yeah, I did watch All American. I didn't catch it when it was on the CW. I just caught it on Netflix. So All American was pretty cool.
Homecoming. All American Homecoming.
Yeah, no, I didn't get into the
CU campus.
I didn't do Homecoming.
It's really good.
Really?
Good.
Okay.
I enjoy it. But yeah, I really like I don't know why. I just decided to commit to Bel Air, and I've enjoyed it. I really have.
It's on Apple TV, right?
Peacock.
Oh, it's on Peacock. See, I can only watch it when I
see. All I got is Tubi, because Tubi is free.
Hold on for a second.
Good old ghetto Tubi.
Hold on for a second. Tubi has changed my life, Aprylete. I just got turned on to Tubi because that new movie that Pam Grier is in. Is Pam Grier, Damon Wayans. What is that? Oh my God, Cinnamon. Hey, Ward.
No, Cinnamon sounds about right.
Is it Cinnamon?
I think Cinnamon is right. Yeah, Cinnamon sounds
Girl,
about right.
let me tell you something. First of all, that was a very, that's going to be a cult classic. So if you got Tubi, check it out.
I'm going to check it out.
Very good. But it's so many movies on.
Yeah, no, Tubi is the truth. Tubi is the truth.
So many movies on that. Whatever you want, they got you. And it is endless. I am so mad because Aprylete already. So I'm a very peaceful person, and so I can go to sleep. And really, like I said in earlier, I can sleep anywhere. But it's just too much TV to watch to go to sleep.
That girl be up
all night long.
Last night I was watching The Gladiators on Netflix, and so this is what I do. So I'm watching it, and I fall asleep, and I wake up. Then I have to rewind it to where I first saw it, to I left it. I have to go back, and I do this until 5 o'clock in the morning. It's just too much.
Goodness, do you ever get like migraines or anything? Like, does your head hurt from watching so much TV? No.
Is that a thing?
Yes. Me. I'm that thing.
And she does get headaches, but she's not gonna say that was from TV watching.
It's definitely probably from TV watching. The next time you watch TV for a long period of time, see how your head is feeling. I have to take a break sometimes when I'm in binge mode. I'm just like, oh, like I have to break it up because
you know what? I'm gonna check that out. Okay.
Yeah.
So Aprylete, if there's a type of TV, let's move to entertainment, and I'll ask you this question. If there is a type of TV that you could binge watch, what would it be?
I love action. Like I love bank robberies and things like that. So anything that's gonna keep me on the edge of my seat, like I like that. I don't like love stories. I don't like to cry and feel out. I don't like that.
You don't like happy. You hate happy.
No, I like happy. No, I'm a happy person. But I think that those type of stories, it gets me start thinking about like life and all of those things. And I'm already, so give me something action packed that I really can't do. I'm not going to go out here and rob the bank, but I'm going to live vicariously through you. So I
like suspense. I don't like horror, but I do like suspense.
Suspense is good. Horror, no.
Yeah. Yolanda will watch anything.
Really?
She will watch just about anything. Yeah.
But if I could only watch one thing that I could then watch for a whole day, it would be Perry Mason.
That's my mother. That's my mother.
I love Perry Mason. My mom called me the other night and I was jealous. I was like, what you doing, Mom? Watching Marsha Dillon. I was like, yes, girl, yes.
That would be the Gunsmoke.
Gunsmoke, Bonanza. What'd you say?
I don't know that. What? Did I get kicked out?
Oh my God. Yes. She's done.
I could have played it off because I play things off really well, but I really want to know. So I'm like, what is that?
Aprylete, you've never seen Gunsmoke?
Is that like back in the day with like Leave It to Beaver and stuff like that?
Yeah, around that time.
Yes, around that time.
Yeah. No. Gunsmoke, no, but I will because I want to know. So I'll put
it in Bonanza.
No.
Gunsmoke, Bonanza. Give me another Western. There are a whole bunch. The
Andy Griffin Show.
That's Sybil.
That's me. Yeah, I like the comedies. Yeah. I love.
Okay, so Gunsmoke and Bonanza.
Yeah.
All right, I'll put that on my list.
What about Rifleman, Yolanda?
Rifleman, yes, and he was kind of cute too to me for a white man. Rifleman, yes.
What about MASH? Y'all was watching MASH too?
I watched MASH.
Yeah, I watched a little MASH, but that wasn't funny for me. It wasn't funny.
No, it was a different kind of humor. It was a dark and dry humor.
That meant you loved it, huh?
I did. And I didn't even know why. My mother's like, you are just a different kind of child. Because I'd be laughing. And she's like, that was funny to you?
You like what you like. So, Sybil, if you could binge watch something, what would it be?
I do. I've talked about this for the last 3 nights now. Surviving the Thickest. I binged on Netflix. Michelle Buteau. I absolutely love that show. It's quirky. It's funny. and she represents for the big girls. So beautiful.
Did you watch the first Wives Club?
I did watch the first Wives Club. I really enjoyed that. Harlem is another show that I enjoyed. That was on Amazon.
I did see that.
So did you enjoy Harlem?
Yes, that's with Megan Good, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, okay. No, I did enjoy Harlem. I can't wait till the next season. I did.
I was pregnant.
I saw it, but I forgot. I don't have any recall. What's it about?
It's about like a girl group.
Girlfriends in Harlem, different areas of success in their careers.
I saw the full season, maybe 2, and I have no recall.
So, who do you think is pregnant?
I think I don't know her name. The fair skin, light skinned girl.
Oh, the one with the designer.
Yeah, I think she might be pregnant.
Okay. That was the
cliffhanger. Yeah. Because clearly it's not making good. So it could be the tech girl.
Yeah. The tech guy who
it's 4 girls.
Yeah.
4 girlfriends.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. So go rewind that.
Yeah, I'm gonna have to redo it because I'm confusing it with the Wives Club. They keep Jill Scott keeps popping in my head.
I really enjoyed the first Wives Club. But I can always sit down and watch, and I hate myself, so I always find something else to do while I'm doing it, is to watch a day of Hallmark movies.
Sybil, I was scanning when we were on the road. I was scanning. There was a Hallmark Christmas movie on.
Yeah, they're doing Christmas in July. Yes. Isn't it great?
Isn't it great? No, it's not.
Corny.
Yeah, but some of us need that. So
y'all are so cute.
So that's cool. Let's close out with Yogi's Jewel.
Oh, and Yogi's here today.
And Yogi's here. So Yogi, tell us what the jewel is for today.
The jewel is
yes.
Taking responsibility for your action goes hand in hand with living a great and proper life. And so that was my theme. My theme this week was being responsible and taking responsibility for your actions. And I believe that really when you can take responsibility of your actions, you don't have to worry about a whole lot of stress because you are responsible and you are standing up for what you did or who you are, and you're not worrying about anything else.
And you know what I thought was a great, it was almost like kismet in the way that the story I did about the soldier in running into North Korea and your jewel. It just seemed to work because there comes a point where you're just not a kid and you're not just somebody's son. You are a grown man and you have to take responsibility for
your actions. Amen.
Yeah, absolutely.
Oh, beautiful, Sybil.
I love that.
Thank you, ladies, so much. It was fun. And Aprylete, next time I ask you, what's the word? What's the haps? What's the goings on? Don't be so.
Look, you got the wrath of the folks in my business this week, but no, I love you. I love you dearly. So thank you.
Bye, everybody. Thank you so much. Have a great week. Talk to you later.
Thank you for letting me join you guys. Thank you.
Oh, glad you did. Thanks.